y'all, welcome back to my channel. Thank y'all for watching this video. Today, as you all see, we are joined with my parents. Woo! And we're going to be doing an episode that's going to be called like 25 years of marriage, relationships, dating, whatever. So the first thing they're going to do is they're going to tell us how they started dating, you know, who shot their shot, this, that, and the third. Then we're going to talk about my generation's views on dating. And after we do that, we're going to talk about living together and things like that. And after we discuss that, we'll just see where the conversation flows or wherever it takes us. So first, tell everybody how you guys met and started to date.
We met at work. We were working. Daddy was right home from the Marine Corps, and I was going to college. I was in school, and we met working at the Horseshoe Casino in the captain's table. The ham, steak, and egg. Hallelujah. And so that's where we met. We met there.
All right. So Dad,
he shot his shot.
Dad, how did you shoot your shot? Because apparently there was speculation that Mom shot her shot first, but I personally don't believe that version of the story.
Don't believe it. Do not.
But Dad, how did you shoot your shot?
There was a situation with a pair of stockings, and being that a ruin was in the stockings the day before.
If y'all don't know what that means like there was a hole in the stockings.
There was a hole in the stockings.
We don't be wearing stockings.
So the next day I noticed that the ruin was still there.
Baba, tell your version of the story. Tell your version of the story, Bob.
My husband was staring at me in the lunchroom, in the caf.
Okay, in the caf for my college students. They was peeping each other out in the caf.
I wasn't peeping him out. He was peeping me out.
Okay.
I was telling my friend girl that he kept staring at me, and she was laughing. Her name was Misty. Anyway, he came up to me and said his name. My name is Melvin Thomas. I'm ready to settle down and get married.
I'm ready to settle down and get married.
And I
stated your intentions from the beginning.
I was like, oh God, what a weirdo. That is the worst come on line ever. And so I just was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, I got a hole in my stockings. And that's how that came up, which I did. And so the next day, he asked me, so did you really get you another pair of stockings, or you still got a hole? Or did you turn the pantyhose inside out? I was like, no, I bought another pair, see? And there was a hole in those stockings as well. And so he gave me his number. It was to his pager. He had a whole pager. He actually called it a whole beeper.
Baby, Snapchat. That's the new whole beeper.
A whole beeper. And so I called him because I was thoroughly embarrassed. So I paged him. He paged me back. And as they say, the rest is history. We was talking ever since.
Okay, so what
he was at the club,
right? Dad was at the club when Mom had paged, and she was like, "Baby, get up out the club. If you try to talk to me, you know, call me back when you get home and get some sense." But either way you go, they started dating, and the rest is history.
Yes.
So for our generation, some people start talking by shooting their shot, sliding in somebody's DMs. You know, being like, hey, I think you're cute. Can I have your number? Can I have your Snap? Can I have your Instagram? Whatever. So that's how a lot of times our generation meets and like starts to talk to each other.
Let me say this.
Personally,
we met August 94 and was married June 9th, 1995.
That's what a month less than a year. June, July, 2 months less than a year, so 10 months. Mm-hmm. But yeah, well, I personally, like, if I think somebody is cute and I don't want to necessarily shoot my shot, I just make it known that I want to talk to them, and I get to plotting. And when I plot, baby, you know, it's always picked up, it's always received, honey. So when I plot, it work out. So that's what I'll be doing sometimes. If I want to talk to somebody, don't necessarily want to shoot my shot.
You got that from your daddy.
So, ooh, daddy's girl. So now we're gonna talk about the dating stages and the talking stage. So they were a bit confused. They were really confused about this because y'all, I have recorded a whole video before this. So this is our second take of the video, and my whole head was out the shot of the second video. So this is take 2. So hopefully, we'll be able to explain it better. But the dating stage or the dating stage comes after the talking stage for us. So after you exchange numbers. You begin to text each other, FaceTime, call each other. That's just you getting to know if you want to date somebody, okay? That's you feeling each other out, seeing if y'all like each other. Once you start to like each other, then, you start hanging out. Maybe some people have sex, you start hanging out, talking to each other, having fun, whatever. In that whole stage or in that whole area, that's when you realize, oh, I want to date this person. I want to be in an exclusive relationship with this person.
Never.
We want to be boyfriend and girlfriend.
Never.
So then after you do that, then, engagement. Some people, have kids, marriage, whatever. So we go shoot your shot, talking stage, exclusively talking, and then boyfriend and girlfriend.
What? That's a lot of foolishness.
And I like, and in the time of doing all of that, all of that, a lot of time ends up being wasted if people aren't true and honest about their intentions from the beginning.
All of that is a waste of time.
Right. So like my dad, when he shot at my mom, he said, "I'm ready to settle down. I'm looking for a wife." Like a lot of, our generation isn't that bold. Well, I don't want to say they aren't that bold because, baby, so people shoot their shots in crazy ways. But I will say everyone is not always honest about their intentions, which is why time is wasted down the line. So now they're going to tell us how dating went when they were dating, like in the 90s and stuff like that. Well, late 80s, early 90s.
I was going to start on that generation.
Well, we actually...
Because really they're similar. If you really look at it, because you're out at a club, you meet grocery store somewhere, drinks involved, you go home, you have sex that night. They really coincide. You have sex that night, boom, bam, then you exchange numbers.
Who did that?
That's what happens.
That's what they do?
It happens in both generations.
It did happen in both generations. It just didn't happen with me.
Exactly.
Right, so like
but then people start talking sometimes and it goes from there.
Daddy talking about a one night stand. We're not talking about one night stand. She want to know what is the difference between dating and all of that shit.
I'm going back to that. But
y'all do a whole bunch of stuff that don't make no sense. Are we gonna talk on the phone? We're gonna FaceTime. We're gonna text. And if I like you, then we can go out.
And then it starts building.
And then if the date goes well, then we're gonna date again. And then we're gonna say we like each other and we're exclusive. And then we're gonna start saying, hey, look, we're dating now. I mean, that's just a waste of time.
So how did y'all do it? What was y'all's dating looking like?
Well, really, we just talked on the phone.
I like you, you like me. We talk on the phone. We get to know each other. Let's go out.
We stayed on the phone to what, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning?
And then you want to go out? Yeah, let's go out. Go out, and boom, bam, boom.
Went to Baskin Robbins the first day.
That's our first date.
So y'all go on dates and stuff like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you know what our second date was? What was it? I mean, like a big date, not like going to dinner or something. We went where?
So when y'all are going on dates and you realize you would like to be in a relationship,
municipal, yeah.
When you realize you want to be in a relationship with somebody, how do you go from just going on dates to actually being boyfriend and girlfriend?
We weren't going on dates if we weren't trying to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Period.
Because you state what you want.
Yeah.
So
he states what he wants. Okay, if she's receptive, yeah. If not,
so you're dating for long-term commitment. That's what you're dating for. You're not There are some times when people date because they're horny and they just want to get laid. But they're not really dating. That's like what Daddy was talking about. But they're just going out, they're just hanging out, and they just, oh, you cute, okay, let's go do it. But when you're talking about you want to be in a relationship,
you can see yourself with
I
this
can see
person
myself with
long
this person.
term,
Right.
having children, meeting the family.
I would say step one is be honest and communicate about what both of you want from whatever y'all have going on. Be honest so that y'all are on the same page. Then after the honesty comes, then you'll go on dates and things like that if y'all are on the same page.
Right.
Okay. So sometimes, like, with our generation is dates don't come until after you're already in a relationship, which I think that's crazy too, because like you can save 3 months worth of time if you go out with a person once, and realize if you want to date them or not.
True.
Yeah, so I feel like, if you talk to somebody for a week, after a week, if you want a relationship with that person. I don't think it takes people that long to realize that they want to be with somebody.
True. I agree.
So, next on the list. So now we need to talk about living together when you are in a relationship. And both of y'all know y'all are in a relationship. So how do you all, because sometimes you be dating somebody and that person don't be dating you. Or if somebody be dating you and you don't be dating that person. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So when y'all are in a relationship, committed to one another, how do y'all feel about living together? And y'all can answer in the comments below. I think when you are engaged, because that's the commitment you're saying, like we are actually finna get married, I think you can, live together during the engagement stage. But as far as just boyfriend and girlfriend living with each other, putting each other names on bills and stuff like that, I think that's a no-no, because that can go downhill very quickly. So that you can explain like the credit situation and stuff like that.
Well, for my situation, I hadn't been out on my own. My wife had already had an apartment, but I was familiar with paying bills, going to take care of my responsibilities. But again, I stated I hadn't had an apartment in my name because I was just back from the military and working towards that, and had another job before I had the one at the Horseshoe where I met my wife. And so she had an apartment already.
And I didn't know what I was doing.
And I moved in with her. But since I already had that background in paying bills and being responsible, even before I met her, that kind of had my mind frame where, hey, I need to do such and such and step up and be responsible. But we talked beforehand about being in a long-term relationship, so it wasn't a big issue.
Right.
As far as paying bills and being responsible and knowing the boundaries of the relationship.
True. Very good. I agree.
So, a lot of times for our generation, people are like, they don't introduce whoever they're talking to their parents.
Oh, well, that's a no-no around here.
Right. And it, like, y'all, if I wanted to have a date for homecoming, that had to come meet my parents. Like,
always.
Prom, he had to meet my parents. Everybody got to be my parents. But, like, nowadays, people don't usually meet parents until they're exclusively dating, So how do y'all feel about that? When did you guys meet each other's parents?
It was relatively kind of soon. Actually, I think, it was kind of fast. Like, your dad went to church with me. He picked me up and we went to church together. So he had already met Mama and Papa. And so I had already met his mom. I think it took him longer for me to meet his mom than it was for me to let him meet my parents, because I knew that I wasn't going nowhere if they did not meet them. And so I think after we probably had been dating, we had been seeing each other probably about a month or so, he was like, I want you to meet my mom. And that's when I met his mom. They were great people. And so it was fast. It wasn't like, I don't understand the dynamic of somebody just letting their child go out the house with a person and you don't know who they are.
Know who they are.
I don't know what
2
that
or 3
means.
months.
My child could have a knot upside her head and we don't even know the nigga who did it. No, that's not gonna happen. We can't do that. I thought my husband was rich. Like, I thought his family was so rich. I grew up one of 12 children. We had a little sister to pass, so then it became one of 11. Make a long story short, we had soda water once a year, and that was on the 4th of July.
And we no longer celebrating July 4th, honey, Juneteenth all the way. And let me just say, we never really celebrated July 4th in the black community. It was just everybody was off work and somebody was putting some meat on the grill, so we went to auntie and them house. Like, black people never really celebrate the July 4th like that, so, you know, that's out completely. Anyway, fast forward to mom's story.
So we had soft drinks once a year, and that was on the 4th of July. I meet my husband, and I go to his house, and I'm blown away because they have this wall that was filled with sodas. They had cases of Dr. Pepper and Sprite and Diet Coke and orange soda. I mean, it was just, I was like, oh my God, they're rich. They're filthy rich. And I was like, yes. And I had no idea that a case of Coke back then, well, you can get like 5 for $10. And so I was just so flabbergasted when I never even went on the soda drink aisle, the soda drink aisle. I had no idea. I was clueless. So yeah, I thought he was rich.
That's so weird.
They can afford soft drinks. I told one of my sisters, I was like, oh my God, they can afford soft drinks. They're so rich.
That's beautiful. But back to the talking stage.
Oh, I told Buddy that.
Oh my
like, they can afford soft drinks. They're rich.
Back to the talking stage of things.
Oh Lord.
I think that our generation should really do away with the talking stage because it's really time wasting. And like, it's really time wasting if somebody is lying to you about their intentions on, you know, whatever you want to come out of it.
He daddy confused. They talk, they like exchange, they either snapping or texting, and they do that for like a couple of weeks, and then they decide if they want to go out.
Right. I'm saying.
And then they still talking right then. And then if they like each other after they date for a little bit, then they'll say, okay, well, we're exclusively dating. Right. And that could be 3 or 4 months down the road. Baby, that's foolish.
But a year or two.
I know,
baby, that's
5 years.
That's a year of my life.
But in between that 5 years, you don't have what, 2 or 3 bababies.
Oh wow! But I know personally.
But we still talking
all the time. Baby.
We still talking.
But I'm saying that's not the story for everybody. I just know personally the talking stage no longer exists for me. Because, you know, like I said, it's time wasting. I tell my parents all the time, like, I'm not talking to these little boys. Like, I'm not looking for a husband. My husband needs to be looking for me. But I'm not going out dating people for ultimately no reason. So now we're going to talk about dating to marry. And to me, dating to marry means if I don't see myself marrying you, I'm not going to date you. And if I do date you and if we are in a relationship, that means we're supposed to be working towards marrying each other, building a life together, things like that. So what are you all's take on dating to marry?
That's the only reason why the dating. Right. I mean, that's why.
That's the goal.
Right. That's the goal. Was to end up married.
I know starting out for us, that was my goal. And the dating stage shouldn't, and it didn't take that long for us to already know how we felt about one another, how we feel about ourselves, and then our parents meeting and enjoying the vibe we had. But also with that, it comes a responsibility of once you get to the marriage stage, who's going to pay for such and such. And that's where we're talking about the credit situation. Having your credit established.
My husband is on this whole credit thing right now. It's like his new baby.
Because we were going to the courthouse and just basically get it over with.
Yeah,
but our parents said, no, let's have a big wedding. We're going to pay for it, which we ended up paying for everything.
Dang. Not they set y'all in that water like this.
But yeah, we got set in the water. It was hot.
They wanted to, especially his mom, she wanted him to have a wedding. And my mother, we were saying we were going to go to the courthouse and just do it like that. And they was like, no, you need to have a wedding.
Because
the
we
right
knew
way.
our financial situation at the time.
So we did have some help though. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, since y'all have been married for so long, what do you guys think the key to a healthy, non-toxic relationship is?
He just has to admit he's wrong about everything and that I'm right.
Well, I guess there's that.
No, we learn how to work with each other. We work well together. And we love each other. And we are in love with each other, but we actually like each other.
Yeah.
It's like some people, they're together, but they don't really like each other. They love each other. They don't want anything to happen to the other person,
right.
But they don't really want to be in the same room together.
Right.
We could actually be in the
have a
same room
closeness.
together, and we like that.
Like
We worked several jobs together, and we didn't get tired of seeing each other. We drove to work together. We had a lot to talk about. We worked the same shift, and we had a lot to talk about. We got off work, and we had a lot to talk about. We didn't get tired of being around each other. It was just good, fun company. And so we just hung in there. It's been a lot of work, but we done hung in there.
Mm.
And he usually does realize that I'm right.
Oh, yeah.
I have a song that I sing when my husband says something that don't make no sense. He know what it is. I got the brains. You got the looks. Let's make lots of money. I'm the brains. And he's so beautiful. He's the looks.
You are too, Mom.
Thank you. I'm just saying, sometimes daddy say stuff you just like,
She had to get everything. She got everything.
really?
I would say, personally, I think one of the things, even though I've never been in a relationship before, I would think for me, being in a relationship with somebody, communication definitely has to be there, and honesty needs to be there. We need to become comfortable with having uncomfortable conversations with the person that you're dating. Like, y'all need to be talking about your morals and your beliefs and things like that.
Right.
Because if you see one way on a situation and somebody else sees something on a situation, y'all get married, y'all have kids, that's two different points of views. Like, you have to make sure that y'all are unified in the way that you want your lives to work.
We communicate very, very well. And that is true, Megan. Communication is the key. It's important to be able to talk. It's important to be able to listen. It's important to be able to ask important questions. When we started dating, I think we probably had only gone out once or twice, but I asked him every question that I thought I needed to know. How many women had you slept with? Had you, had any STDs before? And vice versa, he asked me questions. And so we were able to learn how to trust one another by asking questions that we were not afraid to ask and that neither one of us were afraid to answer. And so it's important that when you are thinking about, when you want to be with somebody, you're not just being with them, but you're taking on the baggage of being with everyone that they've been with, sexually, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. You're taking on all of that. So you have to know that, are you able to handle all of the stuff that they're bringing into this new relationship? Because men give love to get sex. Women give sex to get love. And so if you're going to be with a man who was a ladies' man, you're taking on all that baggage of being not only with him, but being with everybody he's been with. And trying to understand his emotions and where he's coming from and why he went that path and vice versa. And so, communication is the key. You got to be able to communicate, and then you have to be able to communicate without being judged. I can't judge him when he tell me something. He can't judge me when I tell him something. We don't pass judgment on one another's past, because that's your past. I ain't have anything to do with it, and he don't pass judgment on mine. And so we talk about, we communicate it, and I truly believe that's what's helped us to stay married so long.
And not only communicating with each other, but being able to understand each other. Because even if you're communicating with somebody and someone is set or misunderstanding you, there's nothing you can do about this. So you have to also communicate and understand each other through that communication.
Right.
And also, you need to find out who your people are. That's another big situation.
That is very true, baby.
Because you can meet someone out in the club, at the grocery store, just driving down the street, and then you find out 2-3 months later, hey, that's cousin or uncle so-and-so's son. Or auntie son, on that side of the family. So know your generational history as well.
Know your family.
Right. And I'm going to just keep it a book with y'all, in case my potential husband is watching this video. If my family do not like you, I'm sorry, but we might have to break up. I'll be honest with you. I am a relationship-oriented person, and I'm also a family-oriented person. I have a huge family. Like my mother said, she has 11, 12 siblings, and my daddy has 2. I have hundreds of cousins, okay? If they don't like you, we're going to have a conversation. Like, let's just keep it real. We might not break up, but we're going to have to talk about some things. And I think that's important.
Should we tell her how my family felt about you?
Yeah.
They didn't like Daddy?
No.
For what?
They thought he was mean.
Daddy's not mean.
They thought he was.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I think it's important because when you get married with somebody, you're not just marrying that person, you're marrying their whole family.
Right.
Their family's beliefs, all of their customs, their cultures, all of that type of stuff. You're not just dating. You're not just marrying one person, You're marrying the whole family.
Right.
Well, I will say it was kind of overwhelming that year when you gave me the dinner, the birthday dinner.
Don't even talk about that. That was a bad experience.
Daddy, let me tell y'all, my daddy is very petty. Let me just go and say that. I think that's where I get my pettiness from. Because one year, 1996, my daddy said he did not want a birthday party, nothing like that. And my mama was like, well, let me be a baddie and plan him one anyway, baby. She wasn't listening. So she planned the party, had all these people in the house waiting on my daddy. My daddy showed up hours late. And barely wanted to be there. So,
yes, it was horrible. I had all this fish, and we did it at Mother's, and it was so sad because I gotta go get my hair cut. It's like literally nothing's wrong with your hair, nothing. He went and sat in the barbershop after he got off work for 3 hours.
Yeah.
But he did say he didn't want no party, but at the same time, he could have showed up and put on a brave face.
No, I should have listened.
And mama should have listened. Hey, they're listening, baby.
Communication. We was newly married, and we had gone when some of our coworkers had thrown their boyfriends or husbands a birthday party. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna do that, and he was like, I don't want no party. I was like, you do want a party? I don't want a party, and I just thought that I'll just throw one anyway, and he did not want it, and I did not make that mistake again. So it's important to listen and not to listen to defend, but listen to understand. He had his reasons for not wanting to party. That was not what he was into. He wasn't interested in having all those people over. And so I should have just paid attention.
Mm-hmm. So knowing your intentions, knowing each other's intentions from the beginning, communicating and understanding. You could probably have you a healthy relationship based off those things.
If you want one.
If you want
one.
And you got to be willing to put in the work and do what you got to do to make the relationship work, whatever.
Exactly.
So, thank y'all for watching this video. Thank my parents for joining us today. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe.
Did you introduce us? You just said
Oh
we
my
were your
gosh.
parents, but you didn't tell them that we had names. We just mama and daddy.
Okay.
I mean,
My name is mommy and his name is daddy. We don't really have other names.
Wallet and
outside of
purse.
that.
Open your purse, honey.
Exactly.
Water, gas,
Read
light
the room.
Water, gas, light.
College tuition. I'm just playing, but I'm
Okay.
sorry, y'all. This is my dad, Melvin Thomas. This is my mom, Felicia Thomas. Period.
She said it like that.
Cause a lot of people think it's pronounced Felicia, but it's Felicia.
Felicia.
But yeah, thank y'all for watching the video and whatever. Like, comment, and subscribe. Comment your answer to the questions I asked and any other topics y'all want me to discuss on the channel. Who knows? Maybe my parents will be in another video. We might do the parent tag or something like that.
She done blew us up with this light in her eye.
Okay.
But alrighty, thank y'all for watching. Peace out.
Yay.
Say bye to the people.
Bye-bye. Have a good night.
They could be watching this in the morning
Say
time.
have a good night.
Have a good every day. Everything. Day, night, evening, afternoon.
It's just like a tattoo that you got back in the day. Once you get older, you look at it and say, damn, I shouldn't have got that. Sometimes the situation be like that. I shouldn't have got into that situation.
That's so stupid.
For me personally,
I was drunk when I did
Oh
that.
my God. That didn't have a damn thing to do with anything we just said.
at all.
Like you
I
just
should
threw
have
that
got
out
that
there.
tattoo.
At all.
We have
I don't
wait a
want
minute,
this
Megan.
personal.
We have a
Thank y'all for watching this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, comment. Oh wait, I said that. Like,
You said
comment, and subscribe. Let me do this outro over.